This man coldly points a gun at his fellow soldiers. But instead of showing fear, they mock him. One presses the barrel to his own chest. Another slaps the man across the face. They're certain this rookie, bullied for 2 years, won't dare pull the trigger. Sure enough, after a few seconds of hesitation, Fatty lowers his gun. Their arrogance only grows. Just as Fatty turns to leave, a live stun grenade suddenly rolls into the room. With a deafening blast, the bullies are reduced to ash. Fatty doesn't even look back. Another soldier yells at Fatty not to be stupid, but Fatty fires without hesitation. He begins sweeping each room with his rifle, searching for the worst of them all, Sergeant Ma. Gunshots echo through the barracks, waking everyone inside. Some soldiers, trembling, open the door to assess the situation, but Fatty is already standing there. He asks them if they've seen Sergeant Ma. They stay silent, hoping to calm him down. But Fatty, enraged by their silence, shouts and pulls the trigger again. Only one survives, Han. Cowering in the corner, Fatty spares him, not because he doesn't see him, but because Han is the only one who ever treated him like a human. Han too was a victim. Fatty tosses Han a rifle, asking him to join the hunt for Sergeant Ma. Then he walks out, leaving Han trembling behind. Han, not knowing what to do, spots a phone in a fallen soldier's hand. He quickly unlocks it using the soldier's fingerprint, and calls his mother, the division commander. She doesn't believe him at first, until she hears gunfire through the phone. Then she realizes the situation is real, and rushes to the barracks with her adjutant. Meanwhile, Fatty finishes searching every room, except the bathroom. He's sure Ma is hiding there. He slowly checks each stall. When he reaches the last one, Sergeant Ma bursts out. Fatty fires, hitting Ma in the leg. As he prepares to finish him off, his gun clicks, empty. Furious, Fatty slams Ma's head repeatedly with the rifle, but just then, the commander and her forces arrive. The special forces storm in and catch him red-handed. Fatty is immediately taken to the interrogation room. Military prosecutors Cha Woo-jin and Du Beiman are assigned to question him, but no matter what they ask, Fatty remains silent until Du tells him, "Your mother is waiting outside." Only then does Fatty react. They allow the two to meet. His mother limps toward him in tears, begging, "Why couldn't you just hold on a little longer? 1 more year and you'd be discharged." The prosecutors are moved to tears, unaware that everything Fatty did was for this disabled mother. After the meeting, Fatty finally speaks. He confesses everything. Since the day he entered the barracks, he's been relentlessly bullied, forced to eat leftovers from the trash, play rock paper scissors with his reflection. He is still bullied even at night. Still, he endured it all, until the day before the incident, when Sergeant Ma said once he's discharged, he's going to smash Fatty's mother's food cart and break her other leg. He even mocked her limp. That's when Fatty snapped. That night, while standing guard, he snatched his teammate's rifle, knocked him out, and the massacre began. The prosecutors already suspected abuse in the barracks, but had no proof, and the division commander kept blocking investigations. Now, with Fatty's testimony, all they need is one survivor to confirm it. But most of the survivors were also abusers. Only Han might be willing to testify. What they don't know is, Han's mother, the commander, has already reached the hospital. She's always known about the abuse, but turned a blind eye to protect her position. She sent Han to the military as punishment for being rebellious. Now, she apologizes, but only if Han agrees to lie in court, claiming there was never any abuse in the barracks. Only now does Han realize, in his mother's eyes, he's never been her son, just a pawn to protect her career. When Cha Woo-jin asks Han if there was bullying in the barracks, Han wants to tell the truth, but he remembers Sergeant Ma's threats in the hospital, and his own selfish hope of being discharged soon. So, he says what goes against his conscience. The trial soon begins. The surviving soldiers stand at the witness stand. One by one, all claim there was no bullying. Han glances at his mother, then also denies it. Even then, Fatty doesn't blame him. Seeing Fatty's innocent smile, Han suddenly recalls all the kindness Fatty showed him, how he comforted him after each beating, telling him the bullying system would soon be dismantled. Suddenly, Han hears the soldiers whispering slanders about Fatty, framing him with false accusations. His heart starts to tremble with conflict. He can't take it anymore. He grabs Sergeant Ma by the collar and yells, "We joined the army to serve, not to be your punching bags. The one who pulled the trigger should face justice, but the ones who pushed him to pull it deserve even greater punishment. Why are you sitting here as victims, pretending like you did nothing wrong? If a person still had a way to survive, who would ever choose to defend their dignity with a gun?" Then, he turns to his mother. "Is your position really worth living a life built on lies?" Court officers rush in and remove him from the courtroom, unable to face what she's become. Ro Wayung silently leaves the room. Though Fatty was forced to fire, he still took lives, and the law does not excuse that. He rises and bows deeply to the families of the 14 victims, offering a sincere apology. Cha Woo-jin, that despite sympathizing with Fatty's pain, declares that murder, under any reason, cannot be justified. He requests the maximum penalty, death. The judge grants it. Fatty is sentenced to death, And so, with the price of his own life, Fatty puts an end to the cycle of abuse in the military.